once I tell them that I hurt at Father's Day, they have pity on me. They don't want me to judge someone that has to have an abortion. But once they find that I come from there, that I've lived it, I've done it, and I know the pain that I have to live with, they change.
It's the message that
They really
you're
change.
sending out, and I think with a lot of pro-lifers, they don't want to be portrayed as somebody who is radical and crazy and yelling and screaming. What the message has to be is that we are here to help women, not to hurt them, because the other side is saying abortion helps poor women. Poor women need abortion. We can't take that away from them. And our message has to be, it doesn't help them. Show that it doesn't help them.
Yeah, so
And
suicide,
we're really trying to help them.
suicide rate, drinking, alcohol, drugs, all those things are proven. The statistics are right there, that they all lead to alcohol. And every time Mother's Day comes around, I really hurt. I really hurt.
Fundamentally, what you're looking for is what these people really care about.
Yeah.
When I come in here and I ask what your goals are, I'm interested in what you really care about. What will make you feel fulfilled? And that's what you've got to figure out for each and every single one of your members. Your first meeting should start with, and I've got to finish here.
Yeah.
Your first meeting has got to start with each member, why are you here? What do you care about? Generally, it's actually, what is your history? Well, if you just ask people what are your goals, they get confused. If you ask people what's your history, they'll oftentimes lead to their goals. But if they don't, if you ask their history and then ask their goals, it's a much easier segue for them.
What was the first one?
History, what's your background? Because this will lead you to people, what do you actually care about? And somebody's got to be, your first meeting, if you've only got 2 people, well, fine. One of you has to speak, one of you has to take notes on these people. You've got to have detailed notes so you can follow up with them. So you want to know what these people really care about. Because that's far more important than what their skill set is. None of the skills that we need out of people are complex, other than maybe websites. But if you need websites, there are people for that. But really, fundraising is going person to person asking for money. It's all selling. It's all, I either need your time or I need your money. And it's all selling. And that's one of the most basic human capacities, is to do that. It's just a matter of training and honing that ability. All we're doing is asking somebody for help, essentially. But you've got to know how helping you helps them. So what do you really care about? Well, I really care about helping babies. The other side would say the same thing. So what's the divide here? What do they not understand? But for us, it's a matter of, well, what do you really care about? Well, I care about ending abortion or getting rid of Planned Parenthood or something like that. And then you can start targeting them. Figure out which one of these tasks helps them. Most people, great first event is to go pray in front of an abortion clinic. That's a great small task that kind of initiates people. You've got to figure out a way to get people to see themselves and to out themselves. Dedication and Leadership is another great book, and essentially it's about a guy that works for the Communist Party for a while. And Ben does a better description than this. But he essentially, one of the critical stages for anybody is the time in which you feel like you're different from everybody else. You've outed yourself, and you recognize that there is an other and there is a me. And once you have that established, once the person has worn a t-shirt that says pro-life, or has stood outside of an abortion clinic and has publicly identified themselves as part of the tribe, you've got that. So that's one of the critical steps. That should be, at every first meeting, there should be an initiation ritual that is incumbent upon all of the members that you want to retain. And then the second step from there is starting to invest time and develop those people. Most leaders don't want to invest their time into individuals. It's a lot easier and faster to go just do it myself. All I need to do is go down to City Hall and ask for this form. I know how to do that. I know where it is. I'll go do it myself. But the reality is that it's short-term vision. If you invest the time into training that person to get that form this time, they can keep getting that form. And the problem with that is that most of us have really horrible organizational hierarchies. Most of us have a president, vice president, secretary, and treasurer. Well, what the heck do those people do? Who cares? Vice president, you're waiting for me to die? Why do I have that person? In Massachusetts, it might be necessary. But for the most part, that person's not ever going to do anything substantive. Most organizations need what I was describing earlier, wherever it went, but need that advertising person, need that membership director, and they need, you know, a couple other officers, somebody in charge of events, and somebody in charge of legislation, and somebody in charge of outreach. Somebody to do outreach with other organizations, to get other organizations involved. Somebody to do events, to request permits downtown. I don't care how little news coverage you get, just get some. If you can't get recruitment any other way, if you're scrambling for 3 people, go protest anything and have 20 people call the reporters. Or just keep calling the reporters until they show up. All you need is the smallest piece of news coverage to get 10 people out there. You should go speak everywhere in this, all of you should have, sorry, your name?
Edie.
Edie, come speak. I don't care where it is, a street corner if you have to. But publicize it, put out press releases, make it seem like it's going to be the biggest thing possible, and people will show up or people will call you, people will find you. Just make sure your press release has your phone number and your email address in it, so that when they send out when they put the blurb up on their website or on their newspaper, you'll get at least the 3 other people. And that's what you care about. You don't care about 300 people, you need 3 other people. You need 3 committed, passionate individuals. If that's all that comes back to the next meeting, that's the best thing in the world. Because you've separated the people that would have just wasted time and talked a lot from the people who will actually do something. You can eventually, using those 3 people, you can develop the rest of them. But you've got to develop those first 3 people first before you can develop everyone else. One person can't develop 300 people. But 3 committed, active people can slowly develop 300 people to being activists.
Remember the 700 Club? That's all he said he needed was 700 people.
Yeah. You can change the world with a small group. It's first. But if you try to go after all these people, all you're going to do is dilute yourself. So the first meeting is going to start with, you've got to have that plan, and it's got to be broken down with an organizational hierarchy. You've got to address different parts of the culture, and different whatever you want to go after. So if it's elections, you need somebody in charge of elections. And you need a plan for that. How are we going to actually substantively achieve? How many people do we need? How are we going to get them? How many who are moving into my community? Or how many who are leaving my community? How many who are graduating college and moving here? How do I get these people as they're matriculating in, before they're ideologically solid? Or how do I find the wishy-washy people? You've got to figure out who you need to target and how many of them you need. And then set goals, set metrics. Are we achieving them? If we're not achieving them, we need a better message. Don't feel like you have to stay with the same message.
Like we have 10 colleges in Worcester.
Fantastic.
Okay.
Come to my next thing. Because
Today?
okay. I'll teach you how to do every single one of those colleges upright. It's a blast. Colleges are easy because you've got a confined population that does the same thing, and they're all part of a tribe already.
Yeah.
So first meeting starts with, you always have a good plan when you go to your first meeting. If you're having difficulty with the plan, I'll give you all my email address. Because I just wrote a plan for Notre Dame that will give you some concept of what I mean for a plan. But it's mbarnett at all.org.
Is there an E at the end of your name?
AOL.com.
No. ALL, sorry. all.org.
M. Barnett, all.
So you work with Sedlak?
I do work with Jim Sedlak.
I met him.
He's fantastic.
He is.
Yeah, if you want to know how to shut down a Planned Parenthood, I can give you that plan.
Oh, I like
Shoot it
him.
right off to you.
He's been here in Massachusetts.
Yes.
Yes.
We had a meeting in Concord probably 20 years ago.
Other great event that we can send up here is Rock for Life. I mean, it's pretty easy and it's a pretty soft sell message that a lot of people have trouble rejecting. It's just a Christian rock bands that talk about life at the end of it.
What's it called, Rock for Life?
Rock for
See,
Life.
Mike, I read Planned Parenthood. It's
Yeah.
a fantastic study. And Margaret Sanger was a genius. And
Yes.
what she did, when you were talking about the wives of high rollers, she went to the wives and Eleanor Roosevelt, and she went to wives of congressmen to talk about the need for abortion for these poor women. And the black ministers who were opposing her originally were persuaded of the validity of her message by the wife of a black minister. And she brought those people in under the Planned Parenthood banner. It's a tremendous story.
Read Tipping Point too. It really is a great book.
Tipping point.
Tipping Point. Just the idea that some people are the people that inform others, some people are the people that connect others.